When the sky cracked open. The morning the sky cracked open, nobody noticed, except for Leo, who'd been staring at the same patch of clouds for 6 years, waiting for something exactly like this. Most people in the town of Halverston chalked Leo up to being an eccentric. He'd inherited the old lighthouse on the cliff when his grandfather died, and instead of turning it into a bed and breakfast like everyone suggested, he moved in with a telescope, 3 journals, a transistor radio, and a habit of muttering to himself. But Leo knew something the rest of them didn't. His grandfather, once a naval signalman and later a stargazer by passion, had left him a note on the final page of an old leather-bound journal. The handwriting was shaky, but the message was clear. Watch the clouds. When they split, the truth begins. And so, Leo watched. On the morning of March 18th, the sky made a sound like paper tearing underwater. Leo stood, blinking in the early light, as a jagged line stretched from the horizon to directly above the lighthouse, revealing not blue, but blackness. Not night sky, something deeper. Something older. The townsfolk didn't see it. Cars still honked, kids still ran to the bus, and Mrs. Dalton still watered her geraniums with a plastic flamingo in her yard. But Leo saw. And then the signal came. The transistor radio, quiet for months, screeched to life. Not with music or static, but a pulse. A rhythm. A heartbeat. He grabbed his notebook and wrote the pattern down like his grandfather had taught him. Short. Short. Long. Pause. Short. Long. Long. Short. It wasn't Morse. It wasn't binary. It was a language of light and rhythm. A code not meant for machines, but for memory. And Leo remembered. Not his life, not entirely. But flashes. Being somewhere else. In a vessel that hummed. In a room with walls that breathed. He remembered them. The visitors. Not aliens in the way tabloids described, but something woven between dimensions, watchers, stewards, and maybe even guardians. They had come before, but humans weren't ready. The sky cracked when readiness returned. Leo ran to the top of the lighthouse, clutching his grandfather's journal and the radio. As he reached the top, the crack in the sky widened, and from it, a beam of soft gold spilled over the ocean like sunrise remembered too early. The pulse grew stronger, not just from the radio, but from within Leo's chest. He wasn't just watching anymore. He was being called. The beam touched the tip of the lighthouse, and in that moment, Leo was both Leo and something more. A keeper of memory. A living signal. A bridge. The sky closed slowly, sealing itself like a wound that had bled enough. The townsfolk went about their day. But from that moment on, the lighthouse no longer needed a bulb to shine. And at night, strange songs could be heard humming from the cliffs. Songs that made even the most cynical fisherman pause and look up, just for a second, wondering why the stars seemed closer. Global Robotics Corporation. Robert Coley.